Hello everyone, this is end of August and it has been quite cold compared to last year. It has rained quite a lot this year. So because of that, we have seen that the early blight in tomatoes have arrived really early. So last year we could harvest our tomatoes at the end of September and it was okay. But this year I started seeing first sign of blight at the start of August, even though we have tomatoes under shade. So we are trying to protect it from rain. One of the reasons why the blight spreads so easily in Netherlands and all the cold countries in tomatoes is because it rains quite a lot and the spores they spread from one plot to other plot quite easily. Last year we harvested around 30 kg of tomato from the same area. But this year I was not hopeful because of the lower temperatures and too much rain and the early blights. So as soon as I saw the first plant had blight, I went home, I made a spray and I sprayed that particular plant and all other plants. I didn't just spray that plant, but I sprayed all other plants because I knew that it spreads quite quickly. Before spraying, I removed all those brown infected leaves and I put them in compost. I didn't discard it in very severe way that I didn't burn it or do anything else. I just put it in the compost. But for the remaining plants, I sprayed with neem oil spray every 2 weeks. And that's what you have to do. You have to spray your tomato plants after seeing the first sign of blight every 2 weeks. What we have done here is we removed all the infected leaves. You can see the whole plants, all tomato plants, they barely have any leaves left. We didn't take out the tomato plants. We didn't harvest all the green raw unripe tomatoes, but we let it ripe here. The only thing which we are doing is we are spraying every week with neem oil spray. 5 ml neem oil, 5 ml soap and 1 liter of water. Shake it really well, and if you see that it's not mixing well, because in my case I saw that neem oil doesn't mix very well with water, so what I did is I used a little bit of lukewarm water. So the water should be warm enough that you can touch it, and when you do that, then it mixes very well with water, soap, water, oil, and then you spray it. What I have noticed is if you make spray now and use it 24 hours later, then it's not effective. Somehow it doesn't work very well. So for it to be most effective, research also shows that you have to use the neem oil spray within 45 minutes to 4 hours of making it. As you can see, we have 3 types of tomatoes here. Cherry tomatoes, and these are money maker type of tomatoes, general tomato which you can buy in supermarkets. And here on the other side we have Marmande tomato. So these are the French tomatoes. They are very famous for having very less water in them but a lot of flavor, and they're called beef tomatoes also. After you have harvested your tomatoes, you can spray your plants, because you should not harvest after spraying immediately. So I have harvested enough tomatoes for us to last for 2 weeks, and I'm going to spray all the plants with neem oil spray, which I made 1 hour ago. So if this is the tomato plant which is infected for us with the blight, I'm going to spray all the area liberally. Make it sure that you are protected, your eyes and your mouth are protected. If you get neem oil on your hand, it's okay, it's safe, but don't put it in your mouth, and keep your kids and your pets away from the spray when you're spraying it, because the research says that many people have fallen sick after ingesting the neem oil. but the minimum quantity for that is 50 ml or so. So you should be safe if you are spraying with 5 ml neem oil in 1 liter of water. It's quite diluted. I haven't read any research yet which says that this diluted neem oil spray is harmful, and it's organic. You are not using any pesticides, so it will not destroy the life in the soil, and it's good for your health, it's good for the nature. So anything which is good for nature is most of the time good for us also. So stick with organic and spray your plants, okay, liberally, and do it every 2 weeks if your plants are showing only early signs of blight. But if they're severely damaged, do it every week. And before you spray, harvest all your tomatoes. Like I just did, I harvested all the tomatoes I need, and then 2 weeks later I will harvest again, and then I will spray again.